Welcome, beautiful souls, to another episode of Akasha Whispers. I'm your host, Pooja Mahtani, and I'm so grateful and honored you are here with me today, not only to listen, but to remember. In our last episode, we explored the power of intuition, how to trust that inner compass and distinguish the voice of your soul from the whispers of fear or ego. Today, we are going to step into the next layer of that conversation: faith and free will. This is one of the most timeless, universal, and also most deeply personal questions we can ask ourselves. Are the events of my life already written like chapters of a book? I'm simply reading page by page? Or am I writing the story as I go, each choice shaping the direction of the plot? The truth, as the Akashic Records and the wisdom of the soul reveal, is more mysterious and more beautiful than either or. Our soul path is both a tapestry already woven and a loom that waits for us to weave consciously with every moment. Today, we'll explore what faith really means, what free will truly is, and how the two dance together, and how you can live with both sovereignty and grace, knowing you are both guided and free, both held and empowered. What do we mean by faith? When we hear the word fate, many of us imagine something rigid, unavoidable, even harsh, like a decree from the universe that we have no say in it. It can feel like a script we are forced to follow, no matter what we desire. But from the perspective of the soul, and especially through the lens of the Akashic Records and the Akasha in general, fate is not a punishment, and it is not a cage. Fate is the blueprint your soul chose before you incarnated into this lifetime. Think of your soul as a great architect. Before you were born, it sat with infinite wisdom and mapped out certain key lessons, experiences, and encounters that would be essential for your evolution. These are not random events, they are carefully chosen themes, like milestones, designed to guide you toward remembering who you really are. Fate shows up as destiny points, those unmissable moments where life seems to guide you back to the same lesson, no matter how much you resist it. It could be meeting a certain person who changes the trajectory of your life. It could be a recurring challenge like learning self worth, forgiveness, or surrender. It could be the doors that close even when you push hard to keep them open. Faith feels inevitable, not because you're powerless, but because your soul is deeply committed to your own growth. It will keep nudging, circling, and guiding you until you step into the expansion you came here for. One way to notice fate is to reflect on the themes that keep repeating in your life. Ask yourself, what lessons do I keep revisiting, no matter how I try to avoid them? Who are the people I feel destined to meet, for better or for worse? What challenges or blessings feel like they carry a deeper purpose? These are usually the fingerprints of faith, your soul's blueprint, whispering, "This is the curriculum you signed for." What is free will? If faith is the blueprint, free will is the living paintbrush. It is the freedom you have to color, shape, and bring your own artistry to the design. Free will is the greatest gift of being human. It is a choice. It is creativity. It is how you respond to the destiny points your soul has written in your path. Imagine two people going through the same event. For example, the loss of a job. One may crumble, feeling defeated, maybe bitter. Another may use it as a launch pad to step into the soul's true calling. The event itself may have been fated for both of them, but the response, the way it unfolds in your story, is entirely free will. Free will is where the soul meets the human. It is where we move from passive recipients of life into conscious co-creators. It means that even when a door must close, you choose whether to stand grieving at its threshold forever or to walk forward and discover the new one that is opening. It means that even if pain is written into your curriculum, you choose whether that pain becomes your identity or whether it becomes your medicine. Free will is not about avoiding fate. It is about dancing with it. To recognize free will in your life, you may ask yourself, how am I responding to what is happening? What perspective am I choosing to hold? Am I acting from fear, habit, or unconsciousness? Or from love, awareness, and trust? When you pause before reacting, you reclaim your free will. You step out of autopilot and into conscious creation. The dance between faith and free will. Here's the image I love. Faith is the melody your soul composed. Free will is the dance you choose to embody it with. You can dance fast or slow, joyfully or cautiously. You can resist the music and stumble, or you can lean into it, surrender to its rhythm, and allow it to carry you into grace. Without faith, life would feel an anchor, adrift, like a ship with no compass. Without free will, life would feel suffocating, like you were only a puppet in a play. Together, they form the masterpiece of your incarnation. Fate provides the notes, the structure, the purpose. Free will adds the color, the textures, the lived beauty of your response. The next time you face a big decision, pause and ask yourself, is this a destiny point? Something my soul placed here? Or is this an open canvas moment where I can choose any color, any brushstroke? Often you'll feel it in your body. Destiny points feel magnetic, inevitable, like this was meant to be. There's a pull to a situation or a relationship. Open canvas moments feel spacious, like I could go this way or that way, and either would be okay. I could choose to act this way or another way, and that is my free will. This is why Akashic Records are such a profound ally in understanding this dance. Their Akashic Records can reveal both the fixed and the fluid. The fixed elements are the blueprint, the lessons, agreements, contracts, and sacred encounters your soul chose before birth. These are not optional, they are the curriculum of your evolution. The fluid elements are the choices, the timing, the details, the way you live out those lessons. This is where your sovereignty and creativity come alive. In the Akashic Records, you can ask, is this a moment of fate? Or am I standing in a space of choice? Is this door closing because it was never meant to open? Or is this an invitation to exercise my will and push through? Am I meant to surrender here or take action? The records will help you discern when to flow with what is already written and when to write new chapters with your own pen. I often use the Akashic Records when I'm those cross points where I don't know if a moment is fate or is my free will. Sometimes the answer is fate, and my free will is how I react to it, how I live with it. And sometimes I need to make an action or a choice or a decision because it's completely free will. So I invite you to open your Akashic Records, and if you don't know, you can connect with someone who knows how to open your Akashic Records, or you can join me in my course Soul Compass, where I teach you how to open your Akashic Records and lean into the wisdom that they offer. And then you can ask these questions. Where am I meeting fate right now? Where am I being called to exercise free will? What choice today would align me more deeply with my soul's highest blueprint? And these questions will give you some answers, and you can tap deeper and deeper into it to know if you have to make a decision and change the moment, or if it's fate and your decision is how you go through it, how you surrender with it, how you live with it. I want to share now with you a very personal story, one that is closest to my heart, the story of how I met my now husband. Decades ago, long before marriage was on my mind, I was introduced to him through my spiritual master and my parents. At that time, both of us were in very different places in our lives. Marriage wasn't something I was considering, and I know it was the same for him. In fact, I remember thinking my spiritual master only knew a part of me, the spiritual and religious side of me. How could he possibly know who would be right for me in the fullness of my life? Oh well, how wrong I was. Still, out of respect for both my parents and our master, we agreed to correspond. At first, it was a simple email. But then emails became longer and longer. We started talking about our lives, our friends, what we were doing, and it started a connection. Then came phone calls, and eventually we decided to meet in person. When we met, we genuinely liked each other. There was warmth, there was respect, there was friendship. But at that time, we did not see each other as life partners. And so we left it at that, staying in touch, remaining friends, but moving on with our separate journeys. Time passed, life unfolded, and then, as fate would have it, I had the opportunity to visit him while traveling in North America. This time, something shifted in both of us. Spending some time together, getting to know each other more deeply, the connection blossomed in ways neither of us had expected. And we realized that maybe we were meant to be more than friends. We thought the hardest part was behind us: falling in love, choosing someone to be as life partner, getting engaged. But life, as it does, brought us challenges and lessons we could have not foreseen. Those I'll share another time. We have gone through challenges before our marriage and after our marriage. But looking back now, after 17 years of marriage, I can see so clearly our union was fate. We were destined to find each other. The timing, the serendipity, the way life kept circling us back, it was written. But the when, the how, the choice to open our hearts, that was free will. We could have ignored the connection, we could have chosen differently, but we didn't. We chose love. That to me is the perfect embodiment of fate and free will dancing together. So how do you know when you're in the presence of fate? Fate moments often carry signs, synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that feel too precise to be random. Repeated themes, situations that return again and again until you pay attention. And a sense that something is inevitable, of soul resonance. You just know this is part of your path. Free will moments, by contrast, feel like open fields where many options are available and none might be wrong. And I say wrong in quotes. These are the moments when your soul is saying, okay, create, choose, experiment, have fun. The key is to hold both faith and free will with sovereignty and grace. Sovereignty means knowing you are not a victim of fate. You are a co-creator. You have the freedom to shape your path. Grace means meeting both fate and choice without fear, surrendering to the inevitable of your soul's design, and opening to the power of your choices. When you hold both, you can live in trust. You don't have to control everything, and you don't have to know everything. You don't have to fear being powerless. You are both guided and free. To help you integrate this, these are 3 practices I recommend to learn what is fate, what is free will, and have the wisdom to make your choices. One is blueprint meditation. So I like to do a meditation where you sit quietly and ask your soul to show you one theme you chose before birth. Breathe into it and honor it. You may ask questions about this theme. You might ask them to show you where has this theme been shown to you in this lifetime. And then you can tap into it deeper and deeper and deeper. Another way is through journaling. Write the question, what is mine to choose now? And then let your soul answer through your pen. This is automatic journaling. It's just asking a question and letting your pen write the answer without thinking, without judgment. And the third choice I like is an Akashic dialogue. So opening the records or asking someone to open your records and asking, show me what is written and what is mine to write. I've used a combination of these techniques. I've used it with clients too. And every time is a bit different. The answers that come, the choices we make, that's our free will. As I was saying before, we can regain the wisdom of what is fated, what is destined, and what is free will. And then we choose what do we do with that information. But it's so important to gain that wisdom. So I truly recommend to you to use one of these techniques when you are struggling making a decision, when you're struggling with a situation in your life, to know if you're destined to go through it. There's nothing for you to choose. You just choose how you handle it. So before we close, I would love to do a guided meditation. So if you are in a safe place, you're not driving, you're not outside walking, do the meditation. If you are, you can pause it and then come back. So I just want you to breathe in first and out, coming to the present time, letting your mind rest, letting your heart beat in a different way, and letting your breathing feel grounded and rhythmic. If you're ready, I want you to close your eyes. As you close eyes, just tap into your breathing, tap into your heartbeat, and tap into your mind. You should feel a sense of calmness. I want you to imagine that a beam of light is coming from the universe, showering your body, your aura, with this beautiful light. And this beautiful light is just releasing anything that's not yours to carry. Any assumptions, any voices from other people, any thoughts or beliefs you're carrying that are not yours to carry. We're going to release it through this shower of light. Imagine it's just moving away from your body. Now, imagine yourself in a forest, and there's a path in front of you. And you start walking this path. Along this path are stones, solid, unmovable. These are your fate points, the anchors your soul placed on your journey. But between the stones, wildflowers are growing. You can choose the color, notice the shapes, and notice how you tend to them, how you take care of them. These are your choices. As you continue walking in this path, invite a guide from the Akashic Records to join you. And don't worry too much if you are not familiar with the Akashic Records or the guides of the Akashic Record. Just know that there's a guide here to walk you through this path, and you are inviting them to join you. And when they're close to you, ask them to reveal one fate point that is unfolding in your life right now. Maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a job, maybe it's a situation, maybe it's your environment. Maybe you see it, maybe you hear it, maybe you sense it. Any way is right. But I want you to tap into it clearly. Then ask yourself, how do I wish to walk this? What choice will bring into harmony? Then ask yourself, how do I wish to walk this path, this fate point? What choice will bring me into harmony with my soul? Let the answers come to you. Do not chase them. Do not judge them. Breathe in the trust that both the stone and the flower are sacred. Both the faith and free will are sacred. Both belong to your path and is the beautiful tapestry that makes your life. Breathe in and out, anchoring these answers you just received. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes. I would love to hear what you sensed, what you felt, what did you hear. If you have trouble hearing or knowing the answers from your guides or from your own soul, please connect with me I am permanently doing a course, the Soul Compass, a way to tap into your intuition, and the Akashic Records, where I teach you step by step on how to be able to open your Akashic Records, receive answers with clarity, with the wisdom, because it can really help change your life. I can truly say Akashic Records have changed my life. So message me, DM me about Soul Compass. I would love for you to join me. September 1st, we have a cohort that I would love for you to join. But if you are listening to this later on, please message me. We have constantly people joining this course, and I would love to guide you through listening to your own intuition, listening to your own inner wisdom. And I want to remind you, your soul is both the author and the traveler. Some pages are already written, but the pen is still in your hand. Trust both the destiny you cannot escape and the freedom you always hold. Thank you for joining me in this journey where we talked about faith and free will. And I know that this is very surface level. There's so much more I want to share, but we will be doing in future episodes. And in our next episode, we will explore another layer of soul wisdom, soul contracts, and sacred relationships, a natural continuation of today's conversation. Until then, may you walk with sovereignty and grace. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself and continue listen to the whispers of your soul.